now it's so different from when I started. There's absolutely nothing to stop you making. You can make a feature film on your iPhone. There's no hindrance now. You can edit a blockbuster on your laptop. You can do special effects that even 10 years ago would have cost thousands and thousands and thousands. There's now software that can do it for you. There's nothing to stop you. What will stop you is you not having the confidence to do it. Number two, having the creativity to push that idea. And number three, not having a proper story. If you're not sure about what you're filming, if you're just not structuring what you're doing, you're going to end up with snapshots and bits of clips, and you're going to not know how to put them together. Yeah, I think it's really important. If you're making a film, you learn the language, you learn grammar, you film grammar, film language. And that, how does that come? That comes through reading scripts, which is really important, watching films, dissecting them. Sure, you enjoy films, everybody does. Go back, look at it again. Why did I enjoy it? Why wasn't I satisfied at the end? What didn't work? That point, that didn't work, this did. Just being able to dissect stuff like that, you're going to end up with a great learning experience. Treatments and outlines are really important because they are much more likely to be read than a full script. If you can give a treatment, which is usually a page or two, that's much more likely to be read than a 90-page script. They're going to, in effect, get you in the door. And you're not wasting people's time. You're not wasting your time. It takes months to write a script. It might only take a few days to write an outline or a treatment. Get that done. If it hooks someone in, great. You then proceed with putting the effort in for us. What makes a thing readable is the hook, the idea. It could be a log line. You might not even need to write a treatment. Some people work just on log lines. A log line is one, at most, 2 sentences of something really pithy with an idea that somehow hints at something much larger. Try and get an idea down to a sentence that people find intriguing. You're halfway to a really good idea. Yeah, elevator pitches are famous. You know, can you deliver an idea by the time elevator gets from the ground floor to the top floor? You know, it takes a lot of practice. I'm not great at it, but these are the kind of things you can pitch to your friend, because if they are intrigued, if their eyes light up, I think you're onto something. If your best mate finds your idea dull, it's not going to work with anyone. You could ask 100 people in the industry how they got there. You'd probably end up with 100 different replies. I think there are many ways to get in, not just through the front door, not just through the BBC or established channels, or you might know someone, you might find something intriguing, you might have a really good idea that you can pitch to someone. And of course, you could be a writer, you can be a director, you can be an editor, but you can also be an art director. You could be any part of this huge, wonderful industry that might appeal to you. Often helping out on shoots, looking at what's going on. If that feels intriguing to you and interesting, you're probably on the right track. Ask around. Do you need help again? Can I come back next week? Do you need something delivered? Being useful on a shoot, knowing someone who needs some help, they're all great ways in. There's not one set way of doing it. Come up with an idea, pitch it to someone in a friendly way, see what their reaction is. I would say, yeah, if you think you've got a good idea and you can be professional about it. Again, I go back to taking yourself seriously. If you're not taking it seriously, if you feel I'm just going to grab a camera and do the equivalent of taking holiday shots and then thinking I'm going to go home and then edit it together. That's not taking you or creativity seriously. Number one is don't try and contact anyone about your script until you are absolutely sure it's the very best it can be, and that is not second or third draft. That's 10th, 15th, 20th draft. Secondly, no one you send it to is going to open it unsolicited. For legal reasons, for time reasons, they get 1,000 scripts. They're not going to look at yours until they know you. Best thing is to try and contact someone who can recommend you to a producer. I find that finding a producer is more useful than finding an agent. In some ways it's a lot easier because finding an agent is purely a professional, they want a cut of you, and if you're not going to sell anything, they're really not going to help you much. But a producer might come on board because they like you, they like the idea, they want to produce something. It's probably much more useful finding a producer than an agent. Networking is where you're going to find people to help you. The danger with networking is you can end up working on other people's projects rather than them working on your project. And I think you have to sift through that. If you find that you're doing stuff for other people more than they're doing stuff for you or on a joint project, you're probably in the wrong place.